Okay, align signal channel operations centers to positions of Space Discoveries seasons 1 and seasons 2 all together. So there's 10 episodes. Okay, 10 episodes, because I don't know if anybody's getting any notifications or anybody seeing my videos through Space Discoveries. Space Discovery is understanding the communications of you through your birthing system, the birth canal, its connection to your DNAs, your connection to your body, your connection to space, your connection to time, your connection to frequency levels, and everything through E equals MC squared. So these 10 videos will provide you that. Once you go through my upgradings, through my healing, you understand more of the application levels of 1 to 10, seasons 1 and seasons 2, and how you put it together. The operations of space through connections. My team is in a high-rise connections, and they're actually seeing that the Earth itself is now just a connection to a maze. It's all connected to a simulation. Grabbing positions to anything through the YouTube front of its connection on my video graph system, the illustration, what you see, the walls, the time code frequencies, it's all a maze. That's all the Earth is. So you have to go through the maze, understand the connections. So every time you go through a time code, through a dimension, you're changing digitals and numbers. You're graphing its position and you're changing your locations to higher levels. So it's all about coming out of the 12 central systems of chakras. Okay, you are born with 12, not 7, 12. Truly understand that. You can check out from Google. Google is very powerful through connections when it comes into information. Same with YouTube. YouTube's very powerful too. It's great to have these platforms because we can get back information, but you have to understand you're full of information inside your system. Okay, so I want to make sure that everybody's watching these videos because it all has to do with you through calculation. So you understand your DNA structures and your strands and everything through your levels and all to that connection line system. So hope everybody's doing well. Tina, Dina, how's it going, everybody? So once you understand more of the truth of yourself, you truly understand the operations of space and time, and now you understand your position. So, wow, this is incredible. I actually know what the Earth is. It's not actually a circle. It's not in rotation. It rotations on its cycle, but it's not connected to anything through shape. Okay? The shapes are connected through you. It's understanding what the Earth is to you. You're creating everything through your perception. Everybody sees different. Not everybody is aligned through its connection of its Earth. Everybody's connected to the simulation of its Earth. There's a difference. So you're not seeing the Earth, you're seeing the simulation of you inside the matrix. So it's understanding you're all connected to a video, you're connected to a game. So you're controlling your game. And you want to get out of the game. You understand how to understand more dimensions of time. You understand more connections when it comes into your body frame and system to your hydraulics or anything through your chakra system. 7, 5 within the atmosphere, 7 in the body. Okay, 7 is the operation of grounds. Okay, it's fully understanding the birthing system of simulation. So it's kind of like when you walk into a store. Okay, you got so many different angles, so many different aisles. Let's say in a grocery store. Okay, let's say Walmart, for example. Walmart has different aisles, right? And each aisle that you go down, right, you see digital, you see numbers. Those are computers. Those are dimensions of time of computers. Okay, those are voice and grid patterns through archive. Okay, through the collective. So it's understanding everybody is connected through its DNA strand. So each aisle that you go down is connected to a code. That code is connected to everybody through the humanity system. So it's understanding the reading application signals and what the collective is. It's everything through calculation. But once you go into the realm, now you're into a maze. So you understand how to get out of the maze and go to higher levels of digital framing through its keyframe. So it's understanding to upgrade your computer operations centers. So a lot of people are getting into better positions. So that's why I'm giving you guys these 10 videos. Okay. When you go through my upgrade, you'll totally understand the videos. The intelligence is actually understanding what's going on because I got close to 1,000 now videos. And a lot of people are asking me, which video do I watch? I'm upgraded. I'm confused. I don't know what to do next. Well, basically, this is what it is. Space Discoveries 1 and Space Discoveries 2. Season 1 and Season 2 will help you with your chakra system. Will help you with your body. Will give you a better understanding of what space and time is, the visions. I set up a link, a private link on TikTok and also on connections of Instagram, where basically you see an orb flying in my room. As a back framing video, I wanted to show you how powerful it is. If nobody believes in UFOs, come to me. It's to really understand the phenomenon of yourself through perception and how you go into the believing cycle. It's extremely real, what was floating in the room. Okay, it's really, really powerful. Okay, so when you come understanding who you are through connections, truly understand that you're all connected to its alignment of its phenomenon, of its perception. Okay, so I'm going to show you the video. Okay, so you get a better understanding how real it is. Okay. No, people are saying, is this edited? Did he put it on there? No, it's next to impossible. This is intelligence on its own. It basically travels through its teleportation. So I'm just trying to show you how powerful it is through connections, and what it is through traction. Okay. This is an orb that's crossing through my room right now. Just check it out. This is for people that don't believe in UFOs or anything connection mindset. Hello, see that going through? All you peeps out there in TikTok. Believing is how powerful it is. Adios. Now, basically, when you see something like that, you're thinking, whoa, how is that possible? How is that possible for something to fly in your room? So let's just slow it down here a bit. Okay, so we're going to go. You can slow it down. You can see the plasma through its connection. Now I'm going to zoom it in so you guys get a true understanding of what it is. Okay. So this is what's in the surface of the atmosphere system. All right. Now, if you look up really close, you can actually see the grids. You can see the lines. I don't know if you guys can see the numbers, but this is understanding the communication to the simulation of the Earth. It's all connected to its intelligence, to its line signal. See the graphing lines? See the digital frames? I don't know if you guys see the numbers. If you see the numbers through perception, that's great. But it's truly understanding what an orb is. And everything inside is computerized through teleportation. It's an energy system through its transmission light system. You see the energy glow? See that? See how it travels? See how it changes color? Different coloration system. You guys are in different perceptions. So I wanted to show you how powerful it is to see something like that when it goes across your room. And it doesn't even have to be in the outside atmospheres. It can be anywhere through connection. Okay? So it's incredible when you see these things, guys, and how real it is. Okay? It really is. And you can see the blue graph. See the blue graph right there? So this is understanding what you're seeing. This is space, and this is line divide through dimension. So it's understanding what's going on with this portal as it's going into different dimensions of time. You see that? See it right there? That's a teleportation that came out through the other side of the surface, right? So it travels through one recognition to the next. This is for people that don't believe in UFOs or anything connection mindset. See how it travels? This is Andy Weston for all you peeps out there in TikTok. Believing is seeing. It's incredible force, I'll tell you. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. People that don't believe in UFOs or orbs or anything like that, proof is in the pudding. So you know I'm the real thing. But it's a very powerful phenomenon. And the more you believe, the more you see through perception. And I provide you with all connections, especially when it came into space discoveries 1 and 2, where it gives you everything that you need to know through your body, how to understand your chakra system, how to understand the gravity system of your chakras, how to understand the power centers of your chakras, how to understand the atmospheres of your chakras, understand the videograph, okay, of what's going on with the atmosphere. As soon as you put up there, it's recording, right? It's recording, and what it's doing is it's going through the simulation graph through its matrix of its communication lines. So anything that you see through an orb, you see a digital graph through its connection. Before I get started, thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel. It's a Key Force Rising Grand Rising. You guys will be blown away when you watch these videos, especially for the new viewers. I just want to make sure you're getting what you need through your upgrades to truly understand this. So 1 to 10 will give you what you need. When you go through my upgrades, the intelligence is watching the screen. It's watching the simulation. It's watching the matrix. So imagine that you are the intelligence. You've just gone through the upgrades. You've gone through the 12 rotations. Now you're in the tesseract. So the tesseract has to understand you through calculation because it's all connected to its dimensions and time of its maze, right? So now you know what the Earth is through calculation. Okay, because this connection to its phenomenon is extremely real. I just showed you how powerful it is. It doesn't have to be outside. It could be inside, but you have to understand the voicing patterns. You have to understand the voicing grids. Everything in the physical system becomes extremely real because you understand the mind is its conception of travel through time. So that's why I'm able to see these orbs going through my room, going through my YouTube. You've seen it all before. Okay? There's a platitude division where you see a plasma going very small, right? But it was floating and then it took off, right? There's a back freezing video on that one. I'll send that one to you guys. But if you understand what you're seeing everything through its connection and how powerful it is, right? Through its phenomenon of its activity. So what is it doing? Why is it here? Why is it communicating with me? Why did it just cross over? So you understand what it's doing through dimensions of time. So everything that you communicate is within. So it's trying to understand the digital of its frame through its connections. So the orb connection is like this. I'm just showing you through my room. So it looks something like that, okay? Now, everything in the center position has a graph like this. This is what an orb looks like, okay, up close. Now, it has its digital frame, okay, like this. So when you see that, everything has its numbers. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 8, 4. Okay? So it's trying to extend what you're seeing with the orb. Everything's in digital frame through calculation. Its center points your body activation of line communication of travel positions. Right? So you got one line signal, 2 activation. Okay? And it's connecting to 3 line activation line signals, okay, to 2 activation center positions. So you have to understand the communication of what's going on because there's so many different orbs of teleportation, so many different colors. So when you're in the atmospheres and you're seeing these and you're recording it, you're seeing it going like this through colorations. Like Priscilla was doing an aftermath of a calculation centering its courses to its dimension on the cloud. And it was interforcing connections to the XT thousands of a UFO connection. And when you zoom in, you actually see what it is through calculation because it's everything through form. So it's like this. It starts off like that, right? And then basically it changes its color. It goes like this, like this. Okay, so you actually see what it is up close. And when you see it up close, you're connecting to the simulation of its interface. All right, and then it's going to line graph its digital frame to you through calculation. And it's going to send out numbers to its modification cycle, to its position. 1 circle rotation center to its location. So it's actually what you're seeing. Okay, remember I was saying with the water, how it can change it from cold to hot and you can see the water drip? Well, in that particle system is digitals, numbers. That's the codes of water. So you have to understand the codes of you through calculation. So you can understand everything that travels through position of an orb or anything through teleportation or anything through a shape. The shape, okay, has its own code, right? So everything in the center position opens up its realm location like this. That modifies everything through simulation, right? And then you take it out as equation, okay? Like that. So it's trying to understand what's going on, right? Because it's all calculated and modified through its orb. So the orb is asking, you're asking yourself, how is it possible that an orb can actually fly? Well, you have to understand it's in the system of you through calculation. So when I go using my voicing grids, the digital frame sets up the orbs to calculation modification, to planet positions. And that's how it's created through its simulation of its maze. So when you come into the maze to calculation, right, you come into this. All right, so you got many, many aisles. Okay, many, many aisles like this. All right, so these are the aisles. Okay, now each aisle has a digital frame of a letter, number, and shape. You guys are coming into that modification signal now because your gamma operation centers are coming into the line communication. So those digital numbers are coming into traction positions of locations to your body framing positions. All right, so you got 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, box, question mark. Okay, there's all different kinds of things. Shapes, letters, and numbers go in the digital frame. So everything that you're calculating is modifying you through the connections of the quantum fields of vibrational system. But it starts off with this, through division, okay? Right, so it's understanding what you're seeing through calculation. Okay, because it opens up everything through your frequency levels. And then you go to the connections. So you go through one aisle to the next, right? And this is how you get things through digital frame of manifestation. So you're going through the simulation graph, the graphing location to its Earth, which is the simulation interfacing core system, calculates and modifies everything through line signal. We come into the weather patterns, we come into relation centers to its connections. Extremely complicated if you understand my calculation to my vocabulary, anything through the alphabetical system. That's why I recommend you go through my upgrades. After my upgrades, you automatically go to those videos, 1 to 10. You get a better understanding how you can connect to the digital frame of the simulation of its holograph system. These are all numbers, letters, and shapes that are calculated and modified. There's all different aisles that you have to understand. It's all connected to your brain waves. So the simulation is reading you through calculation, through your perceptions, your audios. So every day you wake up, right? You see everything through perception and what you want to see through coloration. Okay, you see the clouds. What is happening with the clouds? What is happening with the digital of the clouds? What's happening with its switching of the clouds? What's happening with the calculation of the clouds? So your brain location becomes nothing but a simulation graph to its meditation graph. So your meditation graph is understanding everything through its connection of travel. Okay? So Space Discoveries 1 and 2 gives you everything through travel, through acceleration, okay, to time capacitor, how you can travel through the mind and understand everything through its digital. So it's everything through its connection, right? It's really powerful when you come into these lines, because everything is connected to you through your body framing system. This is how you bring your thoughts forward through line signals of the direction and its connection. All right, so I'm going to just graph those signals, open up everything through calculation, put all those circle rotation centers to its division. Okay, once you understand shapes, letters, and numbers and how to calculate and modify it and put everything in the line signal, then you understand everything through the connection. Because each frame location is a keyboard to its computer operation line system that's connected to its quantum fields of vibration. The frequency levels and its connection to its digital lines is its calculation to your brainwaves. So it's understanding, reading the brainwaves of digitals, of orbs. Anything that you see in perception, you'll know it through
Sorry, I couldn't hear what
the simulation. Yeah, it's Siri coming in again. All right, so it's truly understanding what's going on with each aisle. Okay, and that's how you get the knowledge of intelligence, because each line frequency, you see all those lines there. These are all different computer operation centers that are connected to your brainwave positions, right? So it's all about reading the information to its time codes and its frames. Okay, so it's complicated, isn't it? It's complicated when you look at these things, right? This is the connections. Now this is what you see through connections. So if you understand the digital of yourself, you understand the gravity system of yourself, you understand the power conception of yourself through the center positions of your thoughts of travel through your molecule structure light division, your acting cycle through your provisions will understand all digital frame of its connection. Now this is me through modification. That's me, right? Now if I want to understand the digital numbers through its connection, okay, it goes into my framing positions, right, to its modification cycle positions. All right, so let's say one number is connecting to another number. It's going through its position. It's line signaling its channel operation center to its connection. Okay, so the simulation of the Earth is giving me different information every day through number codes. Goes into the mind of the brain, the simulation, goes into the heart receptacle line communications, right? And then it goes into the soul through its identification, and then it goes back into the grounds of information. goes back into the powers, into the atmospheres, and then changes positions into another line signal of a digital play through its calculation. So that's where you're getting transmitting and receiving of numbers through calculation, your gravity, your powers, and your atmospheric positions. This is an orb. Each orb is in a different line signal through a different atmosphere of different vibration to its quantum fields. So it's connected to different dimensions of time, guys. So it's truly understanding everything through your waving cycles of space within inside you. So it's really understanding the digital frame, okay? So truly understand the alphabetical system of you, right? The A, B's, and C's, and 1, 2s, and 3s, right? Well, try to understand more of yourself through the alphabetical system, okay? So you got to reset program division locations, right? You got to deharmonize to harmonize back into the right position of location to its digital, okay, to its calculation. It's complicated stuff, but it's truly understanding what you're communicating with. If an orb is going to go by, I know exactly what it is through the simulation of its matrix, right? So it's modified and calculated. It's integrated in its cycle through its connection. So it's all about intelligence connecting through your codes, through your body frame system, right? Because it modifies everything through E equals MC squared, okay? So everything you come up against, anything that you see, all has a number. And that number is calculated and modified through its digital, where it comes into the heat signatures. So the heat signatures is truly understanding that if your perceptions are changing, you're seeing everything through holographic now. You're seeing line signals, you're seeing trifactors, you're seeing the tesseract, you're actually seeing the coloration of the tesseract. It will give you the coloration because it's all done through the information of the simulation interface, which is the Earth of its atmospheric positions. So now you're going through the maze, okay? You've already gone up the ladder through the 12 rotation cycles. Once you get out of that, this is where you high rise faster and faster, and you come into your sentient. So the sentient will know exactly which number is in the right sequence of right location to right position of right atmospheres to the quantum field positions to your computer operation system of thoughts of travel through its recognition light system to its connection of its molecule structure and its division. Okay? So it's keyboard of information, guys, and it's all connected to your surfing engine. You have to understand how to use your own surfing engines of information, right? Because everything out there is nothing but codes. So remember how we got into this? We got into these connections, right? Truly understand what you're doing, right? What is this? Oh, look at that. See that? See how it changes different color? Each shape is a different color. Looks the same, right? Through perception. So even though it's the same color, it's traveling in different positions, guys, because it's modified through the digital frame, through my brain simulator. So my brain simulator is saying that this is a different color, this is a different color, this is a different color, but it's all one color. You understand? That's where it gets confused, because the mind and the brain has its balance through communication. But when it travels, it changes coloration through perception. So it's not the same color, is it? Because it's different intelligence, right? So it's powerful stuff, isn't it? Right? So truly understanding where you're going and truly understanding where you're traveling is truly understanding what's happening with your molecule structure of light, because it connects through so many forces of acceleration speed. So the modification lines and everything through the communication, through its graph and everything through its telephone, you're teleporting information through its wires of its electrical system to your body frame system, okay? Because the chakra system has to truly understand where you are through division of travel. Your lights have to truly understand where you're going through the activation cycles. It's all connected to your perceptions. It's all connected to the mind. It's all connected to the brain, and it's all connected to the heart of the soul identification, right? So, but this is what you start off with first, right? So it's understanding the gaps, it's understanding the lines, it's understanding the realms, it's understanding the space of blocks, it's understanding the digitals. Angel has a pretty good idea because she lives on shapes, right? She's connected to the clouds of dragons, so she understands the digital system, okay? She's psychic and always informs. So if you know who you are, you can understand the codes of other people through the humanity. The humanity system has its connection to its grounds and its powers and atmospheres. It has 3 different atmospheric positions. You're all calculated and modified through the grounds and everything through the powers in your atmospheric position. Okay? Why do you think you get up every morning, or why do you think every night you sleep, you have a different dream? Okay? If you have the same dream, that's calculated and modified through its integration cycle, which is connected to its framing system, to a new coloration of a new activation core of its shape, its anomaly, to its different color. So even though it's different color, right, you don't see it as different color. I do. You see it as the same color through perception. So the more you high rise, you realize that this is not just shapes. It's everything through information, through its intelligence, through its digital frame of its simulation graph to its interface of its connection, which is on its rotation spins of the sun, and everything through the radiation cycle to its program system, to its moon, and everything through the surfing engine through its calculation modification is opening up everything through modification cycles to its position. Okay, so it's truly understanding what shapes are. Shapes are not just shapes; they're everything through for the shape through coloration. So make it very well clear. It's the same color, right? But when it travels, it goes into different colors, right? Because it's traveling through different dimensions of time, guys. Okay, so yeah, but see, we're all powerful. It's just we don't know this. We don't realize how powerful we are through the mind. Never underestimate the mind of thought and what the thought can do through activation, through anything, through history, ancestry, bringing back I Love Lucy, you know, that show, right? Lucille Ball, bringing back that video, bringing back that time in that video, bringing back that era of that video. Everything in space and time is stored in its calculation through its collective. So the Earth, the simulation, okay, is connected, right? Through past, present, and future. So it's true to understand, once you understand your intelligence of time and travel, you can bring back anything through modification because it opens up everything through its location positions, right? So that's how your commander is easily able to travel to so many connections, all right, through its past alignments, right? So it's understanding everything through its aisle, okay? You can get back to past, present, and future through its digital of its vibration. It's co-referencing everything through your quantum fields of vibration. Okay, but you have to understand the quantum fields, you have to understand the quantum vibration, you have to understand the quantum mechanics, okay, and you have to understand everything through your travels of its recognition lights, okay, to your E equals MC square. Okay, and then you understand everything through the simulation of its interface of its Earth is nothing but a maze. Okay. So, and that's what Space Discoveries 2 gives you. It gives you everything through time codes of frames. Okay. It's very, very, very powerful videos. Okay. So this is what your commander does every single day, right? You change codes, you change atmosphere in anything, grounds, power, humanity, anything, structure. Okay. It's all connected to the simulation of its Earth planes. Okay. So. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, because I'm not sure if anybody is watching my videos. So I want to make sure that you are watching all of them, especially when you go through my upgrades, because I have somebody that went through my upgrade and basically, okay, what video do I watch? Where do I go from here? Because the first thing I don't want to do is confuse anybody, knowing you're in a galactic school and they come to me as a commander. I don't know where to start. Where do I go from here? Watch my videos. Okay, you have to watch the videos, right? First get upgraded, then watch the videos, because it's too confusing to the mind system. It doesn't understand coloration. It doesn't understand time. It doesn't understand vibration. And it certainly doesn't understand your chakras of information, because everything through your dimensions of time, okay, is connected to the gravity. So the gravity system of Mother Earth, okay, is the birthing system of its maze, which is connected to the simulation of the operation of the simulation interface. Okay, so the Earth is one big operation of a computer. So it's all about understanding the computer of the maze. through the quantum fields of vibration. So thank you, Dina. I'm just making sure that, like I said, I want to make sure everybody is watching those videos. When you go through the upgrade, you'll understand more of yourself, okay? Because I've done so many videos, and I don't want anybody get confused through the line signals or anything through channel operation center positions and not sure what to do, okay? So this is going to help you out more when you go through my healing. This goes out to new viewers, okay? So instead of watching all my videos, feel free, comment or donate or whatever you want to do. But what I want you to do is to understand those videos from 1 to 10 will give you a better idea of who you are through the birthing system of your dimensional self, of light. We're all consumed through light. Maybe metaphysical. Everything that we do is metaphysical. Everything we do is psychological. Everything that we do is activation. Everything is time, dimension, codes, portal, and anything through is sentient. Once you become a sentient, then you understand your calculations. Then you understand your travels. Then you understand your dimensions of time. And then you understand your correlations of time. Then you understand your positions of time. And then you understand your codes of time. Okay. And then you understand your alignments of past, present, and future. Right? This positions you on so many levels and what you need to do to bring yourself forward. Now, everybody has to understand what is modified through you, what is calculated through you. How do I bring myself forward, right? When you go through the upgrades, you're in a better position of who you are. You wake up right away. Transformation opens up, your 12 chakras, not 7, 12. Okay? So you want to know more, just go through my email. I'll tell you the detail, but that's why I presented those videos for everybody so they get a true understanding who they are, who I am. People want to know who they are. People are very confused. They don't know who they are. That's the problem, is they're not connected to the simulation. They're not connected to the earth. Okay? The earth is everything to its information of you. You have space identity. You have phenomena. You have so much activity inside you. Okay? It races on so many arms of calculation to its position, right? You can heal anything in seconds if you understand your body of its conception, okay? One thing we have to look at is our health, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of videos and people are getting this, people are getting that. I don't want to be in the low vibration. I say, well, go to my galactic school. People don't have time to watch 1,000 videos. I understand that. So one particular, okay, is 1 to 10. So knowing those, seeing those, you become everything through those videos. Because what happens is when you wake up, the intelligence wakes up its perception and then it sees the videos and they say, whoa, okay, now I'm understanding. So it's going like, it's going higher and higher and higher and higher. And the more you go higher, it's like, whoa, what a rush. It's like getting into, cold temperature of water for the very first time. What happens when you go into water and you come out? You get brisk and you feel amazing and it's just energized and it just palpitates your whole body. Your heart is racing. That's what vibration is, right? So these videos are activated through energy. It opens up all your cycle rotations. It opens up all your perceptions and it gives you a better idea of what you're facing every single day through your life. Your life is the most important thing, but people have forgotten that. They've forgotten of what they need to do. How do I make myself better? How do I feel better? How do I focus? How do I get out of the fear, right? So that alone will give you what you need through its guidance, its abundance, its surrender, okay? A lot of people don't understand what surrender is. A lot of people don't believe in everything that they see. Well, it's believing is seen. And now you're becoming so phenomenal. You're coming so much control and balance with its abundance. Now you can start helping others because you've mastered the communication of travel, of thought with your connections, with your molecular structure of light. The molecular structure is the highest form. But you have to understand the upgrading cycle through its position, because a lot of people come to me and ask me, okay, I've been upgraded, but what's happening? I don't know who I am, but I'm starting to figure out. So you're starting to get the role running in your mind. So think of everything that you're doing is a dream through a location. So your dreams are all waking up and all coming together, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know if you guys play jacks. You throw them up and you grab the ball. You throw them up and grab the ball. It's back in the 80s. Anyway, it's like throwing it out, right? And then trying to understand what everything is in the atmosphere. So you're going through line signals of communication through perception. You're trying to understand what this is, trying to understand what this is, trying to understand what this is. This is all different vibration of energy. So now you understand more of communication of water. What is water? What is water? What are the trees? Why are the trees here? I think people want to know, right? What is the calculation modification to me? How do I understand the earth? Right? How do I understand the simulation? How do I understand the maze? How do I understand everything through my dreams? That's another thing people want to understand. I'm having these dreams, but I don't understand them. So your conceptual system, your body is full separation and doesn't understand anything through the chakra system, the line communication. Okay? So think of your light as everything through energy. Think of your energy as everything through thought. Think of your thought of everything through travel. Think of your molecule structure of you, okay, is everything through its answering pattern, okay, which is complete knowledge, okay, of information inside you. So Angel can help me on this. She understands her calculation. She understands her psyche. She understands her letters, numbers, and shapes. She's very good in birth dates and that connection line system. We're all connected. We're all connected. That's what's amazing is we have this phenomenon. Dina is very informative when it comes into dolphins. She can read signals of water. She can read signals of anything through its calculation, right? She understands the atmosphere. She understands the positions, okay? So she understands her thoughts of recognition, of perceptions. So every time she goes through an upgrade, she feels more comfortable with herself, right? So the more you do that, the more you realize, okay, I'm focusing more on myself now. I really understand. So everything outside doesn't matter anymore because everything inside is going to change. So if you change yourself within and you believe of what's going to happen, everything will manifest for you and everything around you outside will change. Okay? So everybody's got to start doing these things and stop pointing fingers at other people and start blaming. The only blame that we have is within ourselves. You got to ask yourself, do you want to be sad or do you want to be happy? How do I get that? Now you have to go through the chakra system. Now people don't believe me, but you have to, because if you don't believe in yourself, right? So you're kicking yourself over and over. How many times do you want to be kicked until you understand, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to get that out through traction. I want to show you how powerful it is when you go through my videos. So they're up there now and they're all linked. So you go through my healing, watch my videos from 1 to 10. Season 1, it will give you a better understanding of travel through vortex and how you go through time capacitor, how you open up the portals through plasma, and how you use a little bit more of the matrix and how it works through calculation, through numbers and factoring divisions, okay? And then 6 goes into understanding more dimensions of realms through vibration, okay? And in season 2, it more talks about the structures of its earth and the simulation, okay, where it comes into a maze of calculation, where your body comes into a holographic of transmitting and receiving, okay? And everything through its connection comes into its form of travel through its molecule structure of light, truly understanding that the earth is nothing but a maze of information, guys. Okay. So it's kind of like wrapping your whole arms around, right? And getting all this information. Knowledge of intelligence that is given to you through space and time. Okay. It will perceive you on so many waving cycles through your surf engines. And then you understand more your adaptation through your key phrase and your time codes and everything through its calculation. You understand more of your knowledge and where you come from. People are more confused now because of what's happening, right? They don't focus within. They don't realize all the answers are within yourself. You are the psychological. You are the psychosis. You are the lines of thoughts of healing. So people have to get into that, right? First thing to do is go through the upgrades and then watch the videos. So this is going to help out a lot more people now because I've got close to 1,000 videos and people keep asking me over and over, what video do I watch? Because there's so much information. And even though I do a mini series from 1 to 10, it's like a 2-hour video with so much information. So the filtering just basically overrides, but everything is in chronological order for everybody to understand. It's understanding the intelligence. So you're waking up for the very first time through your transmissions and your chakras, okay? Just think of yourself watching TV and your intelligence. You're connecting with your lights, okay? And you're watching the video, having popcorn, drinking pop or drinking whatever, right? A beer, whatever. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So intelligence is watching the videos for the very first time. So when I went through that, through calculation, I actually saw myself in a mirror of what my intelligence looks like. It was freaky, but it was extremely cool, right? And then I was sleeping, and then I wake up, and it's on the other side of the bed looking at me, right? So that's communication between you and yourself through intelligence. So your whole body of space and time is nothing but a digital. So imagine that you're illumination of light with digital frames of a light bulb. So you're trying to understand the wall, trying to understand the marker, trying to understand your digital computers, trying to understand your phones, trying to understand the car of its relation, trying to understand the energy of communication to humanity. Humanity is so complex because they don't focus on themselves. They just focus on everything else. That's where you lose positions of yourself within. Okay? All the answers are given to you within. You are a psychological creation. You are a psychological of disruption. You're a psychological of miscalculation. Okay? Where do you want to be, with your volume? Okay? Volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. So think of yourself, okay, as a way out. And the only way to do that is to really understand yourself within. Okay, I say that all the time because people come to me and say, hey, you're Andrew, you're crazy. And I say, well, why am I crazy? And I say, well, okay, I'm crazy. Why? Because I'm sending out information that is true? Or is it because you're not sure what you need to do? So if you put yourself in these acts and then you understand that, well, first of all, you have a chakra system. I'll say this again and again and again. People seem to forget that. I think they forget how powerful they are and what they can do through their thoughts. You can never underestimate the mind. The mind can control anything of travel if it understands the intelligence. Okay, because you're on the spiritual of its roller coaster. Okay. Even itself, like, you're going into the avatar and all that, and the avatar is taking pictures. Click, 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 and it's seeing the XT1000 positions. So instead of seeing yourself in the physical system, I'm seeing myself in the intelligence taking a picture. That's what you guys have to connect with. You have to connect with your intelligence and not so much more into the physical thing, because the physical system is not you. The physical system doesn't understand the light of its dimensions of time, of travel, guys. So when you come into the upgrading cycle, you come into the intelligence of who you are, the birthing system, the birthing canal, the DNA, the contract, the blueprints. That's who you are. And it's all done through light. Okay? So if you understand that, and if you understand you're birthed from the simulation of space and time, of its particle system. You can be in the silicon, you can be in the crystalline, you can be the anticaryon, or you can be antimantle or antimatum. Okay? You have to understand the volumes of time. You have to understand the positions of time. You have to understand the calculation, modification, integration. Everything through its equation has to come out through its thought of travel of time, guys. Or you're just going to get line signals of crossing signals to your thoughts. And you're going to get nothing but separation through its heart system. Okay, so you want to bring your heart going forward. You want your mind to understand what it's doing through creation. You want to understand what's going on with the brain, fire and wiring through its division, okay, to its location. And you want to know what's going on with the soul identification. Okay, stop worrying about everything else that is happening right now. If you understand the power you have of thought, okay, you can either lead it, change it, or dwell on it. Okay? Or go with it. Or basically you can add on to it. So you can add on the negative system to its energy. Okay? So you're not benefiting. You're doing the opposite. You're giving dark energy to this person. Okay? So you don't want to do these things. Okay? You want to have the abundance of its consciousness and know where it's coming from. You have the strength within and you have the strength without. You have the force within and you have the force without. You have the abundance within, you have the abundance without. You have the surrender in, you have the surrender out. Everything has an in and an out. Okay? And everything within has an out, has a travel to its position, a manifestation, comes back to you. Now you created it through the mind system of its illustration to its activation. Right? So that's how I'm able to do these things. I wanted to show you how powerful it is when you can see an orb go through my room. And it was a big one. It was a big one. It was a very, very big one. I want to go to the channel division location positions. I'll show you through the graphing positions. Hope you can find it. It's going to be here somewhere through calculation, so you understand what I'm talking about. But it's all about understanding what it is. Okay. Now, this is a perfect example, okay, of what the simulation is. This is the Earth. 4 waving cycles calculation. Imagine this is a door, 4-point door, electronic location. The intelligence has to understand everything through its lines. See, these are all digital numbers of shapes, letters, and numbers. So it's everything through calculation, right? This is all graphing information of computers, guys, right? And it's going extremely fast. It's like that. That's what it's doing, up and down, right? So it's running graph of information. So it's trying to understand each code that's given to you, right? So when it travels through its positions, it comes in as shapes and anomalies to its direction, right? See the shapes? See the rounds, the points, location, positions. See how it becomes? So this is thoughts that are created through shapes. So you're manifesting anything you want, right? So it comes together through shapes and it travels through the quantum fields and it connects to the digital frame of the simulation of its Earth to its computer operations center. So you're copying and pasting your thoughts to the simulation through shapes of lines of communication. All right. So I'm just going through these levels that you have to understand. We've gone through this before, right? This is where it comes into the communication. This is actually the Earth, right? This is the simulation interface. This is the correlation center. See all that? See, there's all the computers. See all that? These are all digital frames of lines. These are all separation of communication line signals. These are all graphing positions of light interference. See all that? These are all different aisles. Okay, and everything that's a shapes anomaly is its activation center to its position. So you travel to anything through location, through perceptions, right? So everything that you see here is everything through its relation of its quantum fields, of its vibration, energy, and frequencies. So it's toning locations of computers through past, present, and future. And this is how you get things through manifestation. Just understanding the digital of its maze, of its simulation. All right. So I think you guys know exactly what you're up against. It's powerful, isn't it, when you see these things? And if you understand more of yourself, you understand that things are given to you. Now, these are cycle rotation center positions into my lens and my graphs. Okay, this is me, right? That's me. These are my lens. Now, see the solar graph? See that? It's extremely real. It's on my eye, right? You bring it up close, you can actually see what it is. Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay. So it's communication through an orb location, through light interference, through sun rotation center, through its position. So understanding everything that we see is nothing but digital through calculation. Right? And I like to give these back forth through conditions. And this is space and time in me through position. Okay, you can't see my face, right? But you can see everything through that. See the space. It's all black. Center position. Oh, there's a solar graph position right there. There's an archetype through locations. If you look at really, really close, you actually can see the realms, right? But my whole body is black. It's space, particles, energy, galaxy, coloration, sun, rotation, moon, simulation. That's what you come everything through a graph and position of travel through just connections of thoughts, guys. So it shows you on so many ways and forms and how you have to understand connections of pyramids, the connections of time of pyramids. Now, this is understanding what you see here. I know you guys have seen this, but this is my hands glowing in its recognition of lights, okay? And we see everything through calculation, right? There's my hands, but look what you see. It's a figure, right? Okay. It's gods of all forms. You can see the shoulders, you can see the face. This is all through my hands. To understand how powerful it is and what you can see or anything through an orb. It's communicating through you guys, through connections. So I'm just showing you graphing pictures of perceptions and everything that you see through solar connections. So this is extremely powerful. This was in Canada. This was about a year ago. I was going through light interference. So this is a solar graph of the sun rotation center to its position in the digital frame. And we're in a toque. Okay, it's winter out. Now you're going to see a white dot through its connection. I'll show you first what it is through position. See that? That's the sun. See that there? That's me traveling. So if you understand what this is, then you understand your positions of where you are through position of travel. Okay, but look how powerful that sun is in my face. Right? Okay. Even though it's a picture, it's still traveling. See how it changes? See? It's showing you. See, it's directing you and it's showing you what it can do. See? See the connections, how it communicates? See that? Powerful, isn't it? It doesn't have to be live. It can be a picture. So you understand if an orb can go through anything through atmospheres of inside or outside, it can do anything through a picture graph of its position, guys. All right? So that's why I'm giving you all these things. And it is all done through meditation. Because it modifies everything through your calculations, modifications. Right? So it's truly understanding, when you come into calculations, this is me vortexing. Right? See my face? It's going, right? See how fast? See all the pixels? See? That picture was taken about 2 weeks ago, but you can understand just by thought, you can travel through the mind. And that's a full separation through the physical system. I'm in the fifth dimensional system, but the problem is I'm tracking locations to higher force connections just through the pixel activation line to its dimensions. And that's why my face goes in and out. Anybody will tell you that when you travel through time, your face goes on so many waves, right? And then you get everything through connections. Now, this is a solar graph of a sword through connections. This is creation, everything through all levels of its line signal, through its sun and interference. See that? Look at that. Look how powerful that is. Look what's right through my body. Line signal. Truly understanding communications. Interforcing line to your connection of your perception, you're seeing everything through calculation. Right? I'm just showing you how powerful it is and what you see through connections. Again, you can't see my face. Right? See? See the sun? See how it changes? See that? I go back, it travels to positions. Right? Everything is intelligence. Everything through color, light, activation, energy, frequency, structure, line, anything is intelligence. And everybody has to point that out for themselves so they get a better understanding what communication is between everything that you see through calculation, because it modifies everything through location. Now, I'm going to show you a video. Okay. It's extremely powerful. You're going to see me wearing my Spider-Man outfit. Okay. This is me in Hamilton. You're going to see an orb go by, but it's a plasma. It's a molecule structure of a plasma. So it kind of looks like water, but it's floating, right? So this is understanding the communications you're getting through connections, where you understand more of the simulation through its maze. So you understand the communications, fully understand what's going on through its travel and recognitions. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to send it up and show you guys. Okay, I got the music on this here, but I'll show you. Now watch. Oh, I gotta bring it up here. Watch. See that? See it? Everybody see that? What was that? See? Different orb. So that's orbiting through time of dimensions. So time. So truly understanding what you're doing is truly understand everything through your physical system becomes extremely real to its phenomena. All right. You can see anything you want, but you understand what you're doing. You know? And people keep asking me, okay, why are you talking to yourself? Right? Well, you have to understand to balance anything, everybody goes through positions of time, their logs, they're going into their activities, they're doing this, they're doing that, right? So I'm just showing you how powerful it is, how you can be a phenomenon of time, of travel through your thoughts, and how everything is real in the physical system. Everything is real in the physical system because you're understanding everything through calculation of your chakras. Okay, because each chakra is a different dimension of time. Okay, it's a clocking mechanism that's connected to its maze of its simulation. Okay, so understanding the gravities of time, understanding the power of time, understanding your atmospheres of time, because you have so many quantum fields of vibration to reach through its operating cycle to its position. Okay, so it's truly understanding who you are with your confidence levels and understanding how much control you have and command you can do, right? To yourself. Control what you're doing through your thoughts. Don't separate the lacing lines of your thoughts because you're not going to travel to anything through manifestation. The voicing channel will come out, right? But it won't signal to the right direction of location because you're not connecting to the earth of the simulation. So the simulation is not going to send you data or processing or uplinks or downloads because it's all connected to the digitals. When you go transmitting and receiving, it's raining grass of digital frames. So think of it this way. When you guys get energy that goes into you, it's all digital. It's all numbers. It's understanding the numbers, letters, and shapes to the calculation on what you want to understand through its information of its thought. So everything through one letter is a digital of time, of travel, through its recognition of its molecule structure of light. Okay, so each letter represents a different time of dimension, past, present, and future. So if you have one thought, so you have one letter, okay, and then you say, okay, H changes to anxiety, stress, or anything. So you can't be in that center. You have to be in the calming center. You can't just be in the center. You got to be in the calming center for travel through thought. You can't meditate that way because the line signals won't understand the information cycle. It won't understand the structural location to its digital of a shape, letter, or number. So everything that you see through perception, if you're going into a building, you're connecting to the building of the digital of its structure. You understand? So you're seeing the blueprints. So it's going. That's what it's doing, right? Through you, through perception. So it makes a lot of noise. So you have the volume, you have to turn down the frequencies. So when you get into intelligent travel, that's what energy, frequency, vibration is. So you're toning down the vibration. So everything that you're going through structure, everything that you go through, like if you're in Walmart and you're going through different levels of dimensions of time, okay, you're going down these corridors, and each corridor has a different line of communication, has a different digital frame of information, right? So you can have all this knowledge of its information if you understand your intelligence of your perceptions through your projections and what you see through your line signals that travels through GPS of its positions. Okay, so yeah, I know everybody's like one particular video, which is great, but these 10 videos will give you a better understanding more, so you don't have to watch them all. Okay, feel free to watch them, but these particular ones from Space Discoveries 1 and 2 will give you a better understanding of who you are. Okay, as you come into the new beginning of you, a new program, a new system, a new body frame, a new electrical light, a new activation cycle, a new life system, a new modification, new calculation, a new integration, okay, a new modulation, a new simulation of intelligence. Okay. Sun rays are orange and blue this now. Yeah, we love you. Yeah, thank you. How's it going? Okay, so Angel, Dina, Tina, how's everybody doing? Thank you, Dina. Hollow on deck. Yeah. Yeah, I got your video there, Angel. Yeah, nobody, basically, you create what you want through your perceptions, through your thought recognition, lights, but your molecular structure, that truly has to understand the simulation. So anything through connection that comes into the hollow deck, you'll see the hollow deck, but you understand the creation. So you're creating the hollow deck through the mind of its thought. Okay? Everybody's on a different DNA path of a journey to its mission, Angel. So truly understand what you're doing, okay, through your thoughts, of recognition of time, of travel, because the space is you, is inside. The travel is you through thought, of light, through its molecule structure. So your commander travels like so fast, and then I bring back the information, right? That's why I have no filter every single day, right? I can do 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour videos if I want. That's a lot of knowledge to put on a computer, don't you think? Right? So you got to ask yourself, where is he getting all this information? Well, it's not information. It's all about you understanding your life cycle of its positions of time, of travel, through your thoughts, of space. So it's complicated stuff, and that's why you have to watch the videos. Go through my upgrading, right, for the new viewers, okay? Go through my email, okay? You can go through my PayPal. Once confirmed, I will send you an upgrade to your position of time, through your position of travel, to your scanning positions. I have to bioscan you. Bioscan is bioatmosphere of time, position, where you are through the birthing system of your birthday. So I take your life cycle, okay, to positions of its presence of 2021, because you understand your intelligence could be in the past, present, or future. So I have to bring it back. Okay. So it's kind of getting a lasso, woohoo, right? Bringing you back to position of center. So now you're getting more calculation. So when you open up the cycle rotation centers to its 12 rotation system, you're connected to the gravity system now of Mother Earth, which is the simulation interface, right? And then you get connections of you through the power, okay, which is their soul identification. And then you get connections to the heart, which is the recognition of time, of space, through its alpha, mega, micro, and the macro. And everything through your tree will start blossoming into a flower, okay? So the flower starts off, and then you come into the tree format, and then everything around you is going to be connected to the galaxies. And then you understand everything of space inside you, and then you understand everything of time of travel through its thought, through its light, through its molecule structure. So it's understanding that all particle systems inside you is billions and trillions of cells. So you understand You have to understand your whole body of activation through its line signal. Okay, because it's coordinates at different levels. So it's trying to understand each orb is in a different division of time, or everything through color. So as I represent you and I show you the color of its shape, okay, each one is in a different dimension, even though you see it as the same color. But when it travels, it's different colors at time. That's why it's confusing to the brain. The brain has to have the balance with the mind of creation. The soul has to identify the mind and the brain through its revelation of time. The intelligence has to understand its knowledge of its information through its digital frame of space and time. Okay? The traveling positions of you is truly understanding what you're doing, guys. You're trying to bring yourself forward. You can't do that if you're sad. You can't do that if you're angry. Okay? You can't do that if you're frustrated or stressed or anxiety or fear. You can't. You have to take it out. You have to let go. You have to surrender to yourself, everything. Especially when it comes to money. Okay? Money is the root of everything. Right? I mean, we need to live on it. Right? But, you know, I mean, it's a feeding source. Is it feeding you? Or are you feeding it? Ask yourself that. Right? So you have to surrender to money. You have this abundance and surrender to everything. So imagine that you're traveling in recognitions and you're opening up all yourself. Your arms are up in the air. You're standing outside. And I say, I surrender. You surrender. If your chakra system understands this communication, right? If you understand everything through its modification, you understand everything through its love, you understand everything through its cycle of love, if you understand everything through its connection of love, if you love yourself, you'll get everything through manifestation, right? And not just point everything through connections and just think of yourself. The most thing that you can do is not to think about yourself. Think about others first. Give back to others. Give back to your loved ones. Give back to your community. Give back to everyone. Give back to ancestors and history, to humanity. Humanity has to wake up. Boof, you got to wake up. Plain and simple. You have to wake up. Once you wake up, you go through my healing, go through the videos. Now you understand more of yourself through intelligence. It's going to be a lot more easier for you because the easy formats is going to open up all your computer operation centers and its positions. You're going to be able to line communicate everything through the gamma operation centers through its vibrational system. It correlates in everything through line signals of your triangles, your trifactors, and anything through your tesseract positions, right? Your placebo will understand its thoughts. Your cortex will understand the dreams. Your spine will understand everything through activation, okay, through space and time, through its divisions. And everything through your transmitting and receiving will totally understand yourself through its intelligence, right? So, Karen, Galactica, how's everybody doing? See, the thing is, too, when you guys are doing videos or whatever, try to understand what it means to you. You're doing videos, you're taking pictures, but what does it mean to you? Okay, Tina's taking a picture. She has to know what it is, what it's doing. Why is it here? Why is it this color? Why is it that color? How do I put it all together? I'm communicating through my intelligence, not my physical system. So you basically have to understand what's going on with nature when you take pictures. Click, right? Or anything in the atmosphere. Click. You have to understand because everything in the atmosphere is shapes. You put those shapes together and then you become pictures. Pictures become frames. Frames become activation. Activation becomes lights. Lights become connection to thoughts, of travel, through its position, of time, of dimensions, sentient. I already told you what a sentient is, right? I love doing back praising videos for you guys because you have to truly understand. If you want to know what a sentient is, if you want to know what an archangel, if you want to know what an angel is, I'm here to help and guide in every way and form to understand you understand yourself, of who you are, where you came from. That is the most powerful, powerful message I can give out to humanity. Okay, and my force team knows that. I think it's great to know who I am. Okay. Yes, I'm Andrew in a physical system, but I'm commander in my dimensional system. Okay. So which system do you think I live every day? Andrew or commander? Think about it. There's no thought. Knowledge, intelligence is right there. Okay. I know I'm Andrew in a physical form, But my knowledge and my intelligence is coming from my molecular structure of its commanding force. Okay? I know I'm the galactic force of everything through calculation, modification of solar systems. I know I'm protector and provider, the father/mother earth of the earth system to calculate a simulation in the core. I protect all realms of vanguards, starseeds, light workers, anything through way showers, rainbow warriors, rainbow walkers, anything that connection, pixies. Okay? Everything is creation through alignment of you. Okay? So you're creating everything inside you. You're everything through form of light. Okay? So when you understand that you're connecting to the Pleiadians, you understand what they are because it's creation of you. You understand what the Lemurians are because it's creation of you. You understand what angels are because it's creation of you. Right? You're creating your thought of reality, of time, of space, guys. That's how powerful intelligence is. So it's truly understanding where you're coming from and where you're going and where you're heading, right? People want to know, well, I'm not in a three-dimensional system. I don't feel good. You know, it's common sense. Your soul is going to identify, oh, I feel low vibration. Please, someone help me. I don't understand my mind. I don't understand my dream. I don't understand my reality. Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing that? I keep saying that, right? People are in between dreams. People are in matrix of dreams. People are in digital frames of dreams, right? People are seeing ghosts. So you understand everything, the intelligence is on the earth planes of the simulation. They're all among us and of energy, guys. And it's extremely real. I already described to you what an orb is and going through my room. Okay, there's no fabrication, there's no editing. Okay, and you also see the orb. You actually see the orb. You don't see just the flat surface. But when you see it and you believe it, it becomes phenomenon of your physical system, which is Andrew, right? But my living system is so far out in space, trillions and trillions of years. Okay, the modification cycles and its thoughts travel so fast, right? Through one line signal, to one thought, to one recognition of time. My positions of time communicates to your presence of time. But my mind and my brain and everything through my soul identification of my heart is in the future. Okay? So that's why I put out those videos for you guys for space discoveries 1 and 2. Understand how to vortex through shapes. Understand how to activate your body system through chakras. Understand how to travel through recognitions of space and time through positions of travels to its position of shapes or anything through calculation, anything through matrix, traveling through a line of matrix through communication through digital frame, or activating through cycles through electrical light systems, or understand communication through perceptions or seeing UFO connections, XT1000 positions, seeing different planet locations. Now, planets get complicated because you have to understand if your intelligence is trying to create a planet, this is where it gets complex. My team is in that calculation because they're coming into 100 chakra formations of light. Okay? Light formations of life. Your life stream is now connecting more of who you are. And that's going to put you in a better way of life, better way of living life, a better way of seeing life, and a better way of believing in yourself of life, which is intelligence. Your dimensional setting of its being is you. That's the real you. Okay? Not the existence you're living. And the program setting is no longer in calculation. Three-dimensional of its realm is no longer in its surface. We're in the fifth dimensional realm, which is the simulation of to its calculation. It interfaces and interlines and interlaces its positions. Okay, singularity line divisions. Singularity line division is truly understanding your intelligence through lines of thoughts of travel. You don't want to have spacing lines with your thoughts. Each letter represents you through your Schumann resonance, okay, of vibration. And that's why it's so powerful through the body of its conceptual, of its chakra system, okay? Pandora, Humpty Dumpty twin flames, yeah. More and more I see if I have a bad or good day, is because I'm creating that reality. There you go. See, Galactic is understanding her connections to her reality, the real reality she's living in. Not the falsification, not the propaganda, okay? The real reality, okay? So we create Oz. Do not need man because yeah. Wizard of Oz, yeah. There's a, yeah, I saw that. Follow the yellow brick road, yeah. Yeah, reveal the curtain, yeah, and you'll see. Yeah. Well, yeah, Angel's right. Yeah, she's right on that. Rockstar. Best example is truly an honor. Oh, you're extremely welcome, Angel. I think, Angel, you're connecting more with yourself, especially now with music, especially now with shapes. Truly understanding when you guys come into formation, you guys have been with me for probably 2-3 years. And it's amazing how you guys have come far, and where you're going is amazing. More is because you're seeing yourself going forward, right? You're seeing yourself going forward and where you want to go with your journeys or your missions of space and time through your thoughts. So as long as you bring your thoughts forward through vibration and you have no separation to its time or anything through its clocking, okay, and appreciate everything through nature, and appreciate everything inside of nature, and appreciate everything inside of you, of space and time, of position. And really, really important to understand, bring out the love cycles to everything around you, right? Love thy enemy, love thy friend, love thy foe. Love anything in front of you. That alone will give you power. Okay, you'd be amazed of what you can do with your power of light. Okay, and it's all connected to your chakra of communication. And I keep asking and I keep telling people is that you have to understand the ways of meditating. Okay, there's practical levels of meditation, yoga, practitioner, Reiki, right? I'm talking about the real Reiki. I'm not talking about the fake Reiki where you just get a certificate. I'm a Reiki master. No, it doesn't work like that. I'll tell you exactly if you're a master or not in Reiki. So, if you understand yourself, like I said before, it's truly understanding where you are through intelligence. Your intelligence wants to know you. Ooh, that's powerful. That's energy. Right up. Your intelligence wants to know you. Who are you? You look in the mirror. Who are you? Some people don't like who they are. They're trying to figure out, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't like what I'm doing. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I go forward? What is going forward? I'm stuck. So you're stuck in quicksand. You know what quicksand is? Every time you pull up, it sucks you in. Okay? So imagine the gravity of that. Okay? Imagine the gravity of that. So that's got wind, that's got moist, that's got dirt. That connection, that's a magnetic force from its earth. Okay? That's pulling you in. Right? So every time you try to resist, it pulls you in more. That's what quicksand is. You're stuck. You can't breathe. Right? You're locked in. You're trapped. Okay? So you have to think of this as connection. When I wrote my books in martial arts, you have to think of yourself in a box. Okay? So you got to think, how do I get out of the box? I can use the psychological. I can see the box. So if your intelligence can see the box, you have to say, okay, is there any keys? No. Is there a way out? Because like Houdini, okay? How he was famous for getting out of things, right? Until he trapped his position in the water tank, right? Everybody makes mistakes, but, look what happened to him. But if you understand yourself within the box, you understand how to break free, right? Without even seeing a door. Right? So how is it possible if you don't see a door? You have to create it through your thought. So a lot of people don't know how to use the mind through creation. So that opens up everything through dimension of time. You can take anybody out of a dream if they're having a bad dream. Okay? They'll see you and they'll follow you and you take them out of their dream just through its connection of its thought, through its mind. So when you're sleeping, you're creating. You don't know it. You don't know that because you have no control. You have no control of your dream.
You just dream, right? So basically, if there's no door, create it. Create the door and you'll go through. That's provision. That's addition. So you're actually adding something to its travel of its thought, of space and time. So if you're trapped in a box and you can't see anything around you, create it and it opens up and you go through, right? That's how powerful the mind is of thought through creation, guys. Okay, and you have to have its illustration of the heart of a child to understand. So because it helped me when I started drawing myself and I realized, whoa, this is powerful. I love drawing. I start off doing, stick drawings. You don't have to be a professional. You just have to understand, if I don't see a door, it's like a mirage. Am I seeing things? I keep wiping my eyes. I'm in the desert. I'm in Nevada, and I keep seeing water. I keep seeing a mountain. I keep seeing the sun. I see UFO. Is this real? So your mind goes delusional. When your mind goes delusional, what happens? It opens up, right? It opens up dimensions of time. And then you start seeing waves like that. And then your head starts getting rotation cycles of headaches like before. So if you understand that, let's just say you're in a box. You're in a box like this. Okay, this is really interesting stuff. I want to show you guys because you have to understand the psychological system of lines and no separation of thoughts because it's all about creation. All right, so this is the box. Choose calculation. And the line segment is graphed to its position. All right, so here we go. Let's go into this. This is a box, just a basic box. Okay, now this is understanding the soul doesn't identify you because you're not awake. Okay, so let's just start off with an ordinary box. That's a box. It's not going to travel because it's not out of position. It's still in the center position, but you have to understand you're inside a box. Okay. Now, once you're inside the box, you have to understand, how do I get out of the box? Okay, how do I understand? That's you. How do I get out of the box? There's no doors. Okay, there's no way of getting out. There's no handles, right? So you have to understand you have a mind, you have a creation of mind, you have a heart, which is this portal. So if the mind understands the creation of the brain understands both, then you understand the heart. The heart is the portal. So everything in relation comes into his soul identification. And all of a sudden, you come across a connection to a door. See, here's a door. So what do? You go through the door. Right? And you come out into the higher self. Okay? That's how you get out of a box. So a lot of people don't know how to use the mind properly. And that's the problem. And that's what the earth is doing. That's why we have the awakening. So it's better communication with you through your heart. Okay? Because your heart is the portal. So you can get out of anything through thought, anything through space of thought, anything through time of thought, through travel, through its clock. Okay? So people have been in positions where they think, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? Okay? There's one interesting video. It was a documentary. It's pretty cool. Somebody was stuck in the water. And the only thing they had in the water, there's nothing around. Okay? Nothing around. So it's all about using the mind. You have nothing else but to use the mind, which is creation. It's connected to the brain. So you have to use it. You have no other choice or you're going to drown, right? No life preserver. Just had a shirt and a pair of pants. Think about it. What can you do with your pants? It's pretty interesting. So basically, tied the ends at the end, right? Filled up the water, turn it over. Turn the pants over and turn it into a life preserver through creation. I thought that was pretty powerful stuff. So if you guys are stuck in that position, this is what you can do. You take off your pants, you fill it up with water, you tie the two ends at the bottom, and you put it over you, and you'll start floating. That is creation. So if you're stuck in these positions and there's nobody around, you have to get out of these situations, right? Same thing with the box. Allow yourself to open up the mind. Okay, because the mind is creation of a dream. So the dream becomes its reality. So the brain goes, oh, okay, now I know what to do. No hesitation. Because if you're hesitating and you put fear cycle, your vibrational signal will connect to the water and you'll start to boo, 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 and you will sink, right? All because you didn't think of creation. Okay. So if you understand that, that's what life is. Okay. Life is all about creating you and what you want through its reality, or get anything out of its reality through the psychological. So you want to see a door, you see a door, you go through, right? And then you feel a lot better. Whoa, that was powerful stuff. Things that you never done before, things that you never see before, things that you want to do, like skydive. A lot of people don't want to skydive. Fear of falling, right? Well, you're in a static line right away. So you have somebody attached to you, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't jump yourself. It's not allowed. And it's a 3-day course. It's cheaper price too if you have 5-10 people join you all at once. But you also see the video of yourself. So it's all about understanding how to travel just through, looking at the atmospheres, 10,000, 20,000 feet for the very first time. And you jump and you realize, whoa, wow, this is acceleration. Okay, 100% pure adrenaline. Okay, then you see everything through its connection because you're going through the atmospheres, right? So you're going extremely fast. So you land in like 5-10 seconds of 20,000 feet. But you have to understand what you're doing, right? Before you jump out, you have to stand the altimeter, right? So you have to stand, your chutes, right? So, and you have a safety too. If your parachute doesn't go out, you have a safety. So there's two, right? So I have friends of mine that are professional skydivers. So it's powerful stuff, guys. Everything is creation through the mind. Mind creates everything. That's how we live our system, through thoughts, right? So a lot of people have to understand that, and the fifth dimensional system will give you this through telepathy. Better communications with everybody through alignment. Imagine that, knowing how powerful you are, how you can actually understand the thought of this person. Whoa, I know what you just said. That's amazing. I said that before in my back phrasing video. So you start to remember these things, and you're saying, wait a minute, how did you know what I was going to say before I even was going to say it? That alone is telepathy. So you're getting an alignment. So the simulation of its interface, of its earth, of its plane, is trying to get you in a better position how you can communicate with humanity in a better way. Get out of violence, okay? And get yourself into protection. Protect yourself, right, from anything through relationships, extremely complex, right? People get involved in relationships for the wrong reason. And they ask themselves twice or 3 times, and they say, whoa, why do I keep doing this? Why? Because I don't know how to use the mind properly. Okay, once the mind adapts to its space of time of you through travel of his presence, of his time, now you're connecting, okay, to its gravity of its earth plane. So it's all about understanding that you can create anything through your chakras of communication. It's all dimensions of time, guys. That's all the chakra system is. It's energy cells, it's pocket cells, it's energy particle system. It's all connected to your factoring levels of your digital frame through its body connections. Your conceptual line system will understand more perceptions. So your perceptions are reading through GPS location. You're seeing everything, and you're hearing everything through the audios of numbers, letters, or shapes, mostly numbers when you come in, right? But when you see through its connection of perception and you're seeing numbers, you have to understand what it is, right? I got sonar coming in right now. Sonar from Vega, right? So they're just telling me, basically, try to understand your creation of your intelligence from its very, very beginning, and knowing how powerful you are through your alignment of your past, present, and future, and how powerful you can be through your thoughts, okay? And not lacing line confused into anything through that separation. You don't want to separate anything through the mind or the brain. The heart's not going to recognize anything through calculation, and it certainly isn't going to understand anything through soul identification, okay? It's all up for you to understand who you are. and you present yourself in the presence of the here and now. And don't worry. Stop worrying about everything that is happening. Everything will balance out. Okay? So, humanity has to wake up. I keep saying that over and over. Ask Angel. Ask Galactica. Ask Dina. Ask Priscilla. Ask Michael. Ask Linda. Ask Sarah. Ask Tina. They'll tell you. Wake up. Wake up! Exclamation mark. Wake up. You wake up and you understand what I'm talking about. But it all connects through you. It really does, you know? So, access granted, no more locked doors. I am blue and tall, green, yellow, cat eyes, crazy, can't rationalize all the zeal in you. Observe. But see, that's the thing, Angel. It's all crazy because we're all connected to its alignment. So if you're trying to understand everything through its information, just try to focus on little things of yourself through intelligence. Truly understand what is connected to you through wire of thought. Okay, so what is a lighter to you? What is a marker to you? What is a phone to you? What is a computer to you through vibration? That will put you in better positions of time travel through your thoughts of recognition and what you're seeing through perception. Okay. Yeah. Access codes and reroutes. Reflections, fractured, magnetic destinies. So Angel's extremely informed with that. Dina, never alone, always talking to us. In our reflections alone, we create. That's it. That's where we become more powerful, is that when we're in that septical bubble, we're in that energetic vibration of the body frame and we're by ourselves. That's the most powerful thing that you can do through meditation, is to be by yourself, right? Because everything's quiet, right? Silencio, quiet in Espanol. So if you understand that, then you understand everything inside you will change. And everything outside you will disappear and go away. Okay? So everything that you see, you understand where it's coming from. There's history and ancestry with its earth. There's history and ancestry with humanity. Okay? So humanity is in a survival mode right now. Okay? So they have to truly understand they have to go within themselves, inside yourself. Right? You focus on TV, you're focusing on TV. Okay? You focus on the news, you focus on the news. Right? You do what you create. And it's all connected through energy, guys. Right? Right? So it's benefiting or it's not benefiting. It's totally up to you. Thumbs up on that, eh? I feel like a Pandora's box has been opened. Yep. Yep, Pandora's box. That's right. Even a Pandora's box doesn't have a key, but you have to understand how to open it up. So Pandora's the one that's back in a box, not a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you have to truly understand the corners, the points, the lines, the communication. Does it have a door? Does it not have a door? Does it have a key? How do we open up the key? So it's kind of like, that's what it does. That's a Pandora box, that's right. So it starts here. So if you open up one corner, you open up another corner, another one, 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 another one. See? So you're opening up space and time of a box. That's a Pandora's box. It's fascinating because remember, it's like you being in that box and you can't find your way out. Create it through the mind. Open the mind. Open what the mind can do. What can the mind do for me? Not the brain. Right? That's the three-dimensional brain vibration through its intelligence. You're no longer in that waving cycle. You're in the waving cycle of fifth dimension of its intelligence. So you're uprising. The earth plane, simulation interface, the core, everything the sun and everything the moon is telling you to wake up. Get into your intelligence of its dimensional being, of light, of fifth dimensional, of activation, of travel, of time. Put yourself in those divisions. That's what you want to do. And when you want to high rise your thoughts and go, right? Box breaks the level line communication line signal to triangle position level system. Open up triangle location positions. EXT thousands is going through its graphing location position. Angle point locations position to Japan. Japan is going through calculation of gravity position. Open up all those calculations. Door recognition light system. Sentient view is coming into the calculation. All one through one thought, through one line signal, right? So I'm traveling, but I'm connecting. I'm not going from here, taking time. Not going from here, taking time. It's one thought that's traveling to everything through calculation. Okay? I did it instantly, right? So, all right. If anybody wants to come across that, if you think you're a Reiki master, if you think you're anything through calculation, if you want to understand who you are, let me know. Okay, I'll tell you exactly who you are. Knowing who you are from the very beginning will give you a better idea. Oh, I understand my intelligence of who I am. That's the hardest thing to recognize. And you keep going through the upgrades, but you don't understand anything. So your intelligence is scratching your head and say, okay, I got to keep watching these videos, but I still don't understand, right? It's because you're not centering yourself. You have to have peace within yourself. You want to communicate to a higher level of dimensions. You want to get out of your tractions of your 12 rotations, but you understand your positions of your gravity of its earth planes. How are you supposed to connect through intelligence if you don't understand how to communicate with the earth, the simulation? You're living on the earth. You're living on the earth. The earth is in a different dimension of time. You can't use old information of space and time to its position of its physical system. We're coming into a different era. The Aquarius, the aquarium, the water cycle, the fish, right? You have to be in the Piscean to understand everything through information, but everybody's in the Aquarius. So it's all about going through time, through the astrology of its map, through its planets. You're connected to this, you're connected to that, okay? You're Pisces, you're Libra, okay? So you're Cancer, okay? You're Capricorn. Where are you in space of time of travel through your thoughts of recognition? Through your birthday of its system. Your birthday is everything through your life and death cycle, guys. I can't get into that. It's too complicated. Okay. So it's going to confuse the intelligence signals and it's going to disrupt everything through its connection. So as long as you know why you're put on the earth, why you're living on the earth, and why the earth has to change its information of time, of space, and why it's communicating to higher levels of programs of the moon and everything through its operation of its radiation cycle of its sun, then you understand more of yourself through digital frame of your intelligence. Okay? It's all about the upgrades and, the data processing of you. Uplinks and downloads and upgrading system. So you're getting tons and tons of digital energy that's going into it. So it's understanding everything through your particles of your holographic system. Okay, grass is not just grass. It's everything through grass. So you understand the gravity of its graph. You understand the electrical information of its grass. You understand the particle of its graph. You understand the coloration of the grass, the lights of the grass. It's not just grass. It's everything to grass. Okay, so wait a minute. If that's everything through grass, that means I'm everything through intelligence. Oh, that's consciousness, man. Check that out, eh? So, Shiva, how's it going? Past 7 months, I have learned so much. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I can help you out. As long as it benefits you and helps you out, that's great. I'm glad you guys are learning. We'll find your martial arts books. Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't published them yet. I've been pretty off cycle on that through connections, but I got 8 scripts 8 stories of movies that are ready to be produced and directed and fight coordinated through me. So that's going to take time. So there are things that I want to do, but I'm following up right now with you guys with the Galactic School. So I have so many things. So it's just balancing everything out with your life. Everything that you like to do with passion will bring you forward through its manifestation. Everything you don't like in life is not going to bring you forward. It's going to put you in the stagnetics of its presence and no longer in its future. So you represent yourself in the past through thoughts, guys. So don't put yourself in that programmers or anything through propaganda system, okay? Because you're just laughing yourself. You're laughing to yourself. You're not moving forward, okay? That's all psychological, okay? So you can call it the bad karma. You can call it anything that you want, right? You can call it the abyss. Ooh, you can call it the dark. You can call it whatever you want. It's all centered to you. So you're spiritual fighting yourself within through your thoughts of light force and dark force, right? So you're fighting yourself, bringing yourself forward, right? So you have to put yourself in positions of where you want to be and how to put yourself of what can happen if you bring yourself forward, okay? So everything helps, especially with the videos. Videos are activated. All those videos are connected to you through healing. It's all psychological of you through intelligence, okay? It's just really understanding the adjustments, the modifications, the alignments, the resurfacing, the realigning, the readjusting, okay? The repositioning, recalculating, remodifying, redivisions, activations. How do we get to these provisions of activation cycles? How do I understand more of myself, okay? You are nothing but a question. Until you understand all questions of you through intelligence, now you can bring yourself to its surrender of its abundance, to its consciousness and its awareness. Be aware of everything that's happening, okay? With outside and with inside you, with the news and all that, okay? So you become more into the realism of its reality that you're living, okay? And you come out of the falsification that you have been living in three-dimensional system, okay? It's all a program. That's all it is. It's a program of you that doesn't exist anymore, okay? You can't communicate with an earth that's at the fifth dimensional system if you're in a three-dimensional body. No, it's next to impossible because the vibrations are higher. So if it's higher, your intelligence has to be higher through lights. It's the only way you can go up. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So it's a lot of work, but you can get there. But yeah, basically, Angel, I've got the books. What I might do is I like to repost them, or basically, you know, they're very well done. It's my own theory, how we come into connections of space of ourselves, protecting ourselves through our own energy, how we go into the defense and offense of each other, and come into the equations of how to get into acceleration of speed, how you get into flow, you know, flow, right? It's fast, it's flow. Everything has to flow in life, right? So I'm very familiar with water. You're contained through water. You are water. You are fire, your earth, and your air. So that is all connection of you. But understand the flowing of you, Tai Chi, right? Qigong, or anything that connection. Michael Rolla, he's very informative. Check him on his YouTube channel. He's pretty powerful when it comes into that. He's connected to monks and anything through lights and everything through activations of higher form of intelligence, right? Angel's really good when it comes into positions of shapes and everything through drags and or anything through psyche. So, and Dina's good with dolphins and anything connecting to atmospheres. Tina's good with their videographing system. Priscilla's good with her UFOs and her XT1000 positions and everything through Andromeda. So if you understand, I know everything about you guys. So if I understand that, you should be able to understand yourself more. If you don't understand yourself more within, how will you understand everybody else? So you have to master within, right? The communication, right? So if you understand the communication, you understand the vibration, you don't really have to understand the vocabulary. You just have to understand yourself through its intelligence. Oh, now I understand Commander a little bit more now, because I'm understanding myself within, and I'm always positioning myself as calm. Okay? Center yourself with calm through lights, vibration, frequencies, your Schumann resonance. Okay? Shouldn't be that. That's off the charts. You're going to disrupt so many signals through connection of the gravity positions. You're going to change the earth rotation of the simulation if you're at a high division through calculation of sentient, right? So you have to be cautious on your thoughts because it travels through time, okay? All through vibration, right? So the vibration is everything calculation, everything through the energy is everything through form, and everything through frequency is tone. You tone it up or you tone it down. Right? So you're trying to put yourself in so many positions. Just one line signal, one activation, one gamma operation position to one thought of a condition of time. That will space your connections and no more separation through the body system of its heart, the mind, the brain, or anything through the soul identification. Just the one line signal. Okay? So. But I definitely want to get those out eventually. I definitely want to get those books because I think everybody needs to read them because they're very, very powerful. It has a lot to do with the body and the distance between the two, right? Between defense and offense. Defense is everything you see on TV, but offense is the opposite. So if you think you're a great martial artist, okay, everybody is a martial artist in a way of form. Put your hand up, it's a block. You don't need to be taught martial arts. You can just put your hand up and you understand how to block, right? So you're blocking yourself, right, with energy or anything through thoughts. Understand the controlling of the mind. Use your mind before you use your fist, right, or your legs, because that will get you in trouble. So you have to know yourself through defense and offense, right? So if somebody comes at you, that's offense through connections, right? So basically, that's what you see on TV. Everybody comes at you, right? If you go at them, it's vice versa. Defense, offense, offense, defense. So you have to understand what martial arts is. It's a way of living. It's a way of life. Martial arts is a way of doing things. Like you pick up a jacket with Jackie Chan. It shows him in some weird forms with Karate Kid, with Will Smith's kid, where basically, I'm not learning martial arts here. I said, yes, you are. Martial arts is a way of life. It's not all technique. Anything you do is a way of life through technique. I said, what do you mean by that? Pick up your jacket. Picks up his jacket, right? Put down your jacket. Put down your jacket. See, you're blocking. So everything in life is a technique. You just have to understand how to use the school sets of its technique through its mind, okay? So it's all creation because I've done martial arts since I was 12. I've done about 40 years. And I've learned a lot. I've got the grounds, the foundations, but then I started, expanding and going to different horizons, finding different ways. It's all about understanding the behavioral system of people's bodies and how they're reacting to their thoughts. Because thought of anything, like if somebody gets into a fight, right, automatically your heart starts palpitating. You start shaking like this. So you got to be calm. You got to center yourself, right? So somebody's coming at you, okay? You have to know how to defend yourself, right? So it's truly understanding that everything is a block, so you can use everything. You don't have to think about putting on your jacket or anything like that. All I'm saying is it's a metaphor. Just think that martial arts is a way of life through yin and yang, okay? Because everybody goes through it. They just don't realize it until they get into its interaction of a fight. So, and the thing is too, with anybody see Fight Club with Brad Pitt? When basically the first time, they wanted to fight outside of the bar. And I said, well, I don't want to fight you. I said, well, you never know if you don't win a fight. How are you supposed to know yourself? So thing is, everybody worries about getting hit in the face. What makes you think that person is going to hit you in the face? So you can't think like that. You're thinking one diameter. You got to think of all dimensions of time, of thoughts through its form, the face, the body, whatever, but you have to restructure location. That's why Bruce Lee was so powerful. Okay. So his book was just a recognition of you seeing it for what it was. Okay. Because it's his own creation, his own anatomy through his physical system. And that's why he trained so hard through the anatomy of his body. Okay. And his energy was so open. Like you can actually see it. Like he's 5'7", 130 pounds. Okay. 1-inch punch blows you 6 feet back off a chair. I've seen videos of this guy. The fastest man. Okay. With just hand technique. Right. But it's constantly over and over and over and over and over. So you go in repetition motion. Right. So you're repeating yourself. Right. So I'd rather learn one technique and master that than learning 1,000 techniques that are weak. Right? Same thing with your thoughts. Strengthen your mind with your thoughts of recognition of space and time, and don't separate them. Put them in divisions and place them into balance of its calming position. So this is where you come into attraction positions of monks. What do monks do every single day? They go through peace. They go thoughts of peace. They go through meditation of peace. They go through martial arts of peace. Peace is everything through thoughts. Okay. So if you put yourself in those positions, you put yourself in that metaphor, taking the jacket on, taking the jacket off, then you understand the conceptual, okay, through its reaction. Okay. Because you're spacing yourself between one and hour through one reality. One's in one dimension, you're in another dimension. This person wants to fight you. Okay, so what are you going to do? Right? So even though you haven't taken anything, you understand mind is everything through creation. Put your hand up. Right? So you're blocking. You don't have to, go into a dojo and learn this. You're just blocking yourself. You're protecting yourself. Right? So it's like a clock. Right? But when you get into the flow, you just get into the flow. Right? It's just the flow. That's all you got to do. It's understanding the clock of dimensions of time just through your information, and then you come in, right? So it's understanding what you're doing. Okay. When I start off as a white belt, you go up with low block, middle block, high block, right? So somebody's coming at you, you redirect, right? But you always have your hand up because you're protecting your neck. Have your neck in, right? Don't have it exposed. Don't have anything. 6 inches above and 6 inches below. So I think I'm going to plan on doing some meditation, set up some more illustrations. I'm going to set up a new platform, a new website. So that's going to be done pretty soon. It's going to take a while, but it's great to have these things. And we're going to go through connections of interposing lines of that positions. I think everybody has to understand more what meditation is because it comes into martial arts. But martial arts is a form of life. It's all connected to taking your jacket off and putting your jacket on. Okay. So there's one thing that I wrote in my book where you have to understand when you buy a jacket, what happens? You put your jacket and all of a sudden it becomes a jacket, right? It starts blending in, right? It's stiff, right? It's brand new and it's stiff and it's breaking in, right? And all of a sudden, years and years has passed, it starts becoming its jacket, and then it becomes a jacket of nothing else. So it's just a jacket. Okay, that's all it is. So it's all about understanding nothing is everything. So when you need something, it comes to you through the mind, through creation, right? Because you're creating. You're creating. You're creating. You're creating. You're creating. You're creating. So you're creating everything through thought, of time, of space, through its position, of its directiveness, through its location, change, position, time, connection, location, activation, right? So what am I doing with my hand? Opening up a portal, about a dimension of time. What am I doing? Changing positions of time, just with my finger points through its atmospheres. Calculating and modified through its program setting, to its sun interference, and everything through the activation center, through its position. Panning location through psychometry location to the mind and the brainwaving system. So I use a lot of martial arts with that, right? Now, you don't have to take martial arts to understand martial arts. Martial arts is a way of life. It's everything through form. But Bruce Lee decided not to understand communications of martial arts. He adapted his cycle through connections of no thought, no recognition of space and time, right? So his provisions were acting on cycles through connections. What's your style? The style of no thought, right? The style of no space of thought. That's powerful alone, because now you're creating, you're a mystery. So you don't know what's going to happen with that person, okay? So he created an art that was so powerful, okay? It was nothing to everything. So you need it when you need it. That's where it comes in. That's where the creation comes. That's where the mystery is, through the mind, because the mind is coming to its instant. So all of a sudden, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, right? But I'm always have my hand up because I'm protecting myself, because I don't know. I have to know 2 or 3 steps of what's going to happen, right? So you go this way, you go this way, right? I took a little bit of boxing too. Boxing is always hands up. So they center position right here, right? They use their positions with their feet, okay? So you have to stay everything through sports, right? It's a way of life. Everything is a way of life, okay? But the thoughts are the most powerful because you're using your thoughts every day of creation through your reality. You're creating everything, right? Putting your jacket on or taking it off. So it's kind of like an invisible machine that basically, you're putting your jacket on, right? You're taking it off. You're creating, right? So that's where you got to get into the conceptual system of the inner system, of the physical system, to its intelligence system, to its spiritual realm, of its dimensional light, of its child, to its connection of its higher self, to its avatar, depending where you feel comfortable through your program. Not everybody wants to high rise. A lot of people just like to stay where they are. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're comfortable of where you are. If you want to know more, that's great. Right? You just get more knowledge, more intelligence, and you get more connections of yourself through intelligence. Right? So a lot of people stay with that. They don't want to go higher because it's too much information. Right? Or people are just hungry. They want to get more. I need more. So now you're connecting. Now you really, really are connecting of what everything is. Just imagine what that's like to know everything that you need to know within inside yourself and outside. Because it produces on somebody through its opticals or anything through its observation. Okay? Because everything in life is observation. You're seeing everything. Okay? So, Dream Master, control my dreams now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Angel. Yeah, it's a good thing I can draw. I took drawing for 7 years with my teacher was Mort. I did that with my dad. I got into perspective drawing. Perspective drawing is fascinating because it goes into 1 dimension, 2 dimension, or 3 dimensions. So it goes in so many ways and cycles to that position. Show you that through division. So you get a line signal across. That's position here. Go through its lacing line positions. Circle rotation center to its connection. All right, so let's go into that position. All right. Let's see here. Okay, go to that position line. Okay, this is perfect. Oh, can you see it or is it gone? It's gone, right? So I have to do it here. This is just a line. Okay, so when you add points to it, this is where I learned from through connections. All right. All right. 2 points, a little bit bigger. Looks like an arm bar. So if you understand these points, you understand the line communication. All right. Now it comes in traction position, it's location, division. All right. So basically, I'm going to set up a square and show you what I mean. So there's a square. Okay. Now, perspective is what you see through perception, through calculation, through its modification cycle to its position. So it opens up all location positions to its direction. Waving cycle to its location position. All right, so let's go through this. Okay, so let's start off with this. All right. Now, as you can see, it looks like, a connection to anything, but it's not line signaling to its graph to its position, right? So it should be over here, right? So you actually see the three-dimensional line system to its calculation. Changing point location positions here. What's going on? So many line communication signals. All right, see that? Kind of looks like a road, right? You color it in. Changing locations to its location. Line signal its graph to its line communication signal. So it's going on communication system through its calculation modification. Marker location division through its coloration system. It's in positions of all connections. All right, so let's do this quick. All right, so here we go. All right, we start off with that, right? Now you got the road. Here's a road, right? Now let's see, you got a telephone pole. See how it's coming together? Telephone pole, road graph. Very basic, this is what I learned. Right? Here's a mountain, okay? So this is understanding more calculation, what you see through perception every single day. You see the road, right? So you understand what you're doing through illustration. You understand the points of time, of space, through lines, crisscross, box frequency, road graph, telephone pole. See the telephone pole? The mountain. So you're creating everything through perspective. All right? And you come into this connection. Very basic. A cube. Right? So if you understand perspective of yourself, you understand your perceptions and what you see through direction of space and time through its point center. It's connecting to your line signals that travel through its recognition, okay, to its connection. So it's clock referencing everything to that division. So you take a shape through its connection. Line signals its channel operation center to its line connection system, right? Now we go into that connection. So we go to the shape, right? Disappears, right? I have to bring it up close. So you come into the line signal. Look at that, it changed it right away through connection. This is powerful stuff through connection. So when you come into those positions, the rotation cycle through its position, to its connection, line signals its gamma operations, line signals to its coloration system. Now we come into those fractal levels of this connection. So let's say you come into this, okay? Now it's not going to disappear, right? Because it's a solid, right? So everything through black is connection through a realm, dark matter, through forward or backward force connections to its acceleration speed positions. But if you're connecting to a planet position or anything through a triangle position, you have to understand the shapes of its connection and what it's doing through creation. It's creating something, right? So when it creates something, it changes everything through positions, and you see everything through its line signal, its direction. It's creating. Okay? So everything creates through intelligence of lines. Standard communication line signals. It's creating. I'm going to change the color. It's creating. See, everything's creation. And then when you understand that, you take everything out of its equation. Okay? So under reference, you understand the black, you understand the blue, and you understand the purple. That connects right back to its connection. Line signaling to its shapes and anomalies, to its division of its practice system. Okay, so it goes from this to this, communication from this. So instead of this coming this color and coming out, it comes into this color because the communication, right? This is a higher coloration through calculation. This is in the simulation. Okay? This doesn't mean it's purple, doesn't mean it's in the sun. So you don't want to get modified communication line signals of confusion. This is a different shape, but it doesn't mean because it's purple, doesn't mean it's in the sun. It just means that it's a different line of communication through color. So don't get confusion on colors of its relation to its time, the space through its shape. Okay. So a lot to learn, eh? Intentionally, micro, macro, alpha, mega. Yeah, you have to understand these things. Alpha, micro, micro, macro. Alpha, mega, micro. Alpha, mega, micro. Okay, you have to understand those definitions. What's the alpha? What's the mega? What's the micro and the macro? What does that mean to you through intelligence? Everybody is on a different signal of communication through thought, guys. We don't create the same thing. We can't. I can't live your life. You have to live your own life, right? You have your own passions. You have your own thoughts of creation of reality. Okay, and that's why it's so superb and amazing, fantastic, incredible. It's incredible when you create these things through shapes, letters, and numbers, or anything through planets. When you create a planet, it stays in space. It's connected to you. You can go see it every single time through line communication, right? So when I say there's connections of Vega, Vega is there. If you want to see Vega, I'll show you Vega because I created it. But I remember who I am. So if you know who you are, you know you're the creation of space and time. You know you're creation of solar systems. You know you're creation of everything through gods. You become everything through thought. And then you start believing. You start believing you're this. You start believing you're that. Okay? And the realism comes in like you wouldn't believe. And that's where it comes into healing. Because everybody's on a different code of healing. Okay? The transformation system, the communication activation, the chakra rotation center. Ask Angel, ask Dina, ask Tina where they've been and where they are now. They'll tell you exactly how much they have learned just from this galactic school alone. Okay? So this galactic school provides no ego. No ego at all. It's all calculated and modified to you, to the mastering of you, to its relation of you. Right? So when you start loving yourself more, you start connecting to yourself within more. Okay? So everybody has to get out of that cycle of fear. They have to get into the connections of themselves through the love. How much do you love yourself? Don't question your love. Just love yourself. There's no thought of loving yourself. You just love yourself. But do you truly love yourself? That's another thing you got to look at. Are you hesitant on that? Okay. Same with a relationship. You paused when you want to live together. Why'd you pause? Why'd you hesitate? Because I'm not ready. People that don't hesitate will go through. People that hesitate are not sure. Hesitation is a big one. Same with anticipation. Anticipation is worse because you don't know what's going to happen next. Okay? You don't know. Until you understand your travels with thoughts, and then you do know. Because I know. I've been to 7020. I know what the earth looks like. So I don't worry about me on anything. I don't fear anything. And if I do, I center myself. And that is experience alone. Okay? That is tremendous force, knowing that your fear is just within itself. You take away the fear from vibration. Anybody that you're interacting with. Okay? Anybody. Even a family. Family is extremely hard because you're too involved. Too many conflictions, too many emotions. You want to communicate with a stranger, right? Then you don't feel so obligated. You say to yourself, wow, I can really open up to this person. And I don't know this person, right? So they're not going to judge you. Okay? That's why family is very powerful. They tell you to do this. They tell you to do that. They tell you to be this. They tell you to be that. Right? And you ask yourself, I'm not going to listen to anything they say. I will be objective. I will take it in my right hand mind and say, listen, I know what I am doing. Right? So that alone, either they accept it or they don't. And they just stay where they want to be because they're worried about you. Family in relation always wants to worry about you and what's going on with you, how you've been and stuff like that, right? So if you understand that, it's fine, but they shouldn't tell you what to do. Are you telling them what to do? And if you are, you shouldn't do it. Let them lead their own path. They have to go through their faults. They have to go through their own experiences. They have to go through their own defaults. They have to go through all those locations of exploring. They have to go through all these bad relationships before they get into themselves. The more you know yourself within, the more you get into a good relationship with yourself. You have to get in a relationship with yourself fully before you can get involved with somebody else. Okay? You have to like yourself first, then love yourself. Very basic. You know, you're in a 2-week relationship and you love somebody. You're going to freak them out. You're going to freak them out right away. Say, whoa, and now you're giving me gifts? So I know a lot about relationships. So if somebody bears gifts too quickly, right, there's always something in the end. They want something. They're basically, you have to understand where they are through the mind of the thought, because the thought is everything through creation. So they've gone through the past, and all they do is they talk about their ex-boyfriends, or basically, or somebody just passed, and they need somebody to support on. So you're getting in relationships for the wrong reasons, which you should be getting into relations for the right reasons, which is you. Don't get into a relationship until you're in a relationship with yourself. Heal yourself first before you get involved with somebody else. Okay, it's the most powerful message I can give to everybody to its connection of its relationship, right? So it's all about the psychological, right? Anything through a therapist will tell you otherwise. Being in the connections, when I went through that, I went through a therapist and it didn't help me whatsoever. I just said, oh, here's $100. Hey, what am I learning? What am I learning? I'm just giving you money. Now I'm broke. Now what do I do? You still want me to lie on the couch? Are you actually listening? Right? How many times have you gone to the bathroom? You haven't even wrote anything down on your piece of paper. Attention to detail. You want to be a psychological to heal? Be it within yourself. And believe me and trust me, everything will work out. Okay? Because you are the answering patterns. You are the answering prayer. Pray. Pray is the biggest thing. You can manifest anything through praying. Okay? Pray is everything. Okay? But what are you praying for? Be cautious on that with your thoughts, because you're creating through relation. You have a relationship with God. You have a relationship with your family. You have a relationship with your loved ones. You have a relationship with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. What do you want out of life? That's what you have to focus on. Okay? Focus on what you want out of life and you'll get it. But you have to heal yourself within. You have to mend the wounds of the past before you can represent yourself in the presence. Okay? So, happy light being, yeah. Yeah, I like to get personal too on my channel too. It's good to help everybody out through the psychological system. So, Kelly, Ryan O'Brien. Yeah, I was just saying, Kelly, if you want to watch my videos, if you want to go through my upgrades and go through Space Discoveries 1 and 2, Season 1 and Season 2, you get a better understanding of who you are through intelligence of space and time. It tells you exactly what's going on with your body, what's going on with space, what's going on with time, what's going on with capacitors, what's going on with vibration, energy, frequencies. What is going on with me? We got to look at it. Every single day I wake up, I don't worry about anything. And I'm asking myself, I don't ask myself why. You see how I changed that? I said, I asked myself why, but I didn't. I wasn't hesitant. I said, I Don't hesitate. If you hesitate, you're not sure. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting vibration of yourself. You're doubting your thoughts of yourself, of travel, right? Everything I give back to you is travel of thought. That thought is traveling to you, and you're going, does this make sense? If it doesn't make sense to you, ask yourself why, right? So it all has an interpretation of you through your thoughts of past, present, and future. Now, I like to get a little bit more into connections of reincarnation, okay? Andrew wanted to know more about this. What is reincarnation? Reincarnation is divisions of dimensions of time through clocking through an individual system of you. So it's understanding when you see somebody on the street and you're in the fifth dimensional system and you're going through the practical levels of your physical system and you're saying, hey, you're familiar. Do I know you? It's the most common thing that everybody says to everybody else. Do I know you? So basically, you have some kind of relation with them, with past, present, or future, depending on where you are through time, through its thought. So, and then you ask yourself, wow, that's powerful. And then it comes more to you. And then you see them again. That's kismet. That's destined. It's meant to happen. Okay? Nothing's done by choice. It's meant to happen. So basically, you go forward with that or you don't. It's up to you. You make the choices. You make the decisions. Nobody else. Your destiny will always go forward as long as you understand yourself. Okay? You have to understand yourself first before you can go forward with your thoughts. So with reincarnation, it's all about time changing through dimensions of clock. So you're seeing people in different times of dimensions through your dreams. So if you see this person in your dream, okay, and all of a sudden you're outside and you see that person that was in your dream, it's like, whoa, this is real. This is unbelievable. This is like deja vu. I think you're connecting. So you're meant to see this person through its creation because it's telling you what you need to do. Okay? So this is where you come into friendship, relationship with and partnership with this person that's reincarnated, that you know so well. And that's why relationships come into that. We call that the twin flame. So reincarnation is more about the twin flame. All right? It's all about a person that understands you through your alignments of past, present, and future into the cosmos. Okay, they're more connected to you more than ever than everybody else, right? They'll probably know you more than your family, right? Because you're in the spiritual system. So you live the existence of reincarnations of different people of time. Okay? So if you understand your dreams, if you understand your positions of dreams through your clocking of your time, through your thoughts of lights, now you truly understand what reincarnation is. Okay? It's a reincarnation of you into a new intelligence. Okay? Forming into the past, present, or its future of its elements. Okay? So when I say reincarnation, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Twin flame. So it's kind of like you live the past life with this person. Okay, in a different era, in a different dimension of time, guys, right? So we call that the twin flame. We call that soul recognition, right? The yin and yang. Everybody has a soul. It's the other side of you, which is the opposite sex, male and the female. You put that together, okay? So you're reincarnating with your soul of your identification of you. You found your old soul, okay? The center point of you is this recognition of space and time to its position, okay? So now you're identifying the reincarnation of you, which is identifying you to the twin flame. And that's why twin flames are very powerful, because they know each other, okay? From its past, present, and its future, and its spiritual and its cosmos. Okay, so they live the existence of their sentience, depending where they are through tracks and position of their chakra system of communication, right? So if you're line signal and you have your 12 rotation centers, both, you're aligned through line sequences of reincarnation through your twin flames, okay, of the male and the female sex, okay? So that's what it is, Angel. Reincarnation, okay, is a soul identification of a center point of view, okay, which is the opposite sex. So if you come across your twin flame, that's the reincarnation of you into another dimension of the opposite sex. So it's complicated stuff if you don't understand the time frequencies of cosmos and everything through the galaxy position of view through travel, okay? But I wanted to get into what reincarnation is, okay? And that's why it's so powerful, because you come up against people. I say, whoa, that's unbelievable. You look familiar. I've known you from somewhere. So now you're connecting. Oh, you're in Lemuria. Oh, you're a light. Oh, you're an activation. Oh, we have a lot in common. See how it's connecting? It's line signaling, right? So when you line signal, now you're getting connected to its reincarnation of your soul identification of its point center, which is you. So it's the opposite sex of you, which is its female. That's the reincarnation of its twin flame. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. So I know, it's wow, isn't it? More and more I give you guys, but I really want you guys to understand. Oh, wow, look at that. Almost 3 hours. Oh, I'm half hour ahead of everybody. It's 2:21, but I'm half hour of everybody. So that means I'm in dimensions of time through light synchronicity, through thoughts. So I don't see myself at 2:21. I see myself at 3. That's fast. That's recognition of time through space. I'm traveling so far into space. I could be half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Right? Sometimes I'm where I am through the minds and everything through its recognition of time. But that's what reincarnation is. It's just you're so identifying somebody that you already know in another time. That's all it is. So it can be identified as a twin flame. Okay. If you recognize that through your chakra system, if you're not open through your chakra system, okay, your twin flame is going to have a hard connection with you through line. So you have to be open through a God. You have to be. So if you open through a God, then you get into your twin flame. It will come into you. It will come to you through its journey of its mission. Okay? So I think that's good. 2 hours and back in equation, 22 minutes and 35 seconds. 2 hours and 22 minutes. Wow. All right. Love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed. I know I was going to get into the 100 traction levels of chakras, but I get so communication line signals sometimes, and so much information has to come out. So the traction position, the chronological systems up through line communication, more about the simulation and everything through the Earth's surface and everything through its planes, and its connection to chakra location of its thoughts, and you're recognizing more of reincarnation, what it is through twin flame. Questions or comments, you go through my healing. Make sure you watch Space Discovery 1 and 2, Season 1 and 2. Watch the 10 videos. Especially too for the team too, because you understand it's important you guys watch those again, because we're coming into a test review and evaluation, which is coming up very soon. All right, thumbs up. Love you guys very much. Adios.